Welcome to the SHIRO show, the SHIRO of shows. How's it going today?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the SHIRO show.
Show that never ends. We'll keep this on loop and play forever.
It's Christmas time. Pat's got his Santa Pat.
Santric. Santric is the key word I would use. Let me Shiro trick.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo on the Santa hats, otherwise I would have worn mine too. I thought we'd wait till it was a little closer to Christmas, but that's all right.
You can always get Pudgy to run over.
Dan, we're on the same wavelength. I'm like, it's too early for me. I'm like,
yeah. We just had Thanksgiving here in the U.S.
I got a friend who puts up her Christmas tree at the beginning of November, like November 1st.
Yeah, that's too soon. I'm a firm believer. Once December hits, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm just not like November is Thanksgiving. That's it. I wait. So
when I haven't like naturally heard "All I Want for Christmas Is You" in the wild yet. When that happens, then I know that it's over. I'm like, it's
time.
Silent day? Am I silent?
They shouldn't be silent. I have the desktop audio on there. Turn your volume up. I guess they shouldn't be too loud.
What do you mean? Turn my volume?
Oh, I see why. My thing's hot.
Volume is kind of low.
Basically, it sucks because like for Discord. Okay, that should be better now.
Check. 1, 2.
Okay,
check.
Can you hear us now? Hi, everybody.
I've got like a thing in front of my face.
Yeah, it's like the Discord thing. There we go.
That's fine.
Is this better?
Welcome to the shit show.
Have you guys tried to turn up your volume?
Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Slightly lower than Pat.
A little bit.
Slightly lower.
Pat is the king of Shiro, Scotty.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it should be fine now. The audio levels are the same, so.
Okay.
Is it better now, or?
I'm gonna crank you guys up in my headphones.
Why does this keep happening with this?
I don't know. Now you're quiet.
Discord's probably just messing with stuff.
That's the thing that sucks though, is that if I raise it on here, it's low for the viewers, but if I raise it on there, it's low for you guys.
That's weird. Yeah, that's strange.
Well, the viewers are more important than us, so it's fine.
They are, yeah. There's Bo. Actually, we got a bunch of people in the chat. We got 35 people in chat. We should have 35 likes. We got Neil Henderson Sega, Analog Black Sheep Saturn, Wiener Bob Shiro, Tales of Saturn, Yo, Christian Marte, hey, what's up? Neil Henderson, Offie Matrix, Pudgy Bunny, Memphis is here, Christian Marte, Devout Craziness, Trevor's here, John Wong. Who else we got? We got Wiener Bob. Didn't I say that already? Lee, Toast with the Most. Eric, Albert AM25, Akmal is here. We got Captain Hodden, PB Praga, Poop Stains McGee. Classy.
What a name. Jeez.
Classy. Trekkies is here. What's up, Trekkies? Scotty Mofo Show. We got Contra Wars and Dark Savior 69, Bo Bales, the man, the myth, the legend. We also have Starlight, Abandoned Witch Gaming. And yeah, it's a classy bunch. I agree with Wiener Bob. So everybody,
thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, give us a like, thumbs up, subscribe, do all. No, I'm just kidding. All that crap.
Ring the bell.
But ring the bell.
But if you don't subscribe, I will be mad.
Yeah. No, but we're glad to have you all here.
Hope you're okay, Trekkies. Jeez.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Don't take all of them at once.
I mean, I'm glad you could check out the show and we'll try to give you some moral support.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm actually, I need to be on painkillers. Actually, I don't want to mitigate Trekkie's pain, but like I'm in pain right now too because I've been working out and all of my muscles like are sore. So.
Jeez.
Oh wow! And my camera just did this thing where it kind of skips or something like that. I don't know.
Sometimes it's Matrix stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. I was able to fix it in OBS by changing the video format to NV12. But for some reason I can't do that in Discord. So I don't know if Discord like tries to use YUY2 or whatever, but either way it doesn't like my camera. So
yeah, Discord doesn't like my mic for some reason. It has me at very low volume. I don't know why. Like it's like apparently it's loud enough when it's on the Discord, but for some reason it's not when you have it in Discord, so I don't know how to get that working where it's the same audio levels both ways.
Well, you sound fine to me.
Yeah.
So you'll be okay.
You must play Christmas Nights, Neil Henderson says. Yeah, I do need to play Christmas Nights.
I played Christmas Nights. I played Christmas Nights last night, actually. Although it wasn't technically on a Saturn. Should I get into my pickups?
You should get into your pickups. I played Christmas Lights the other day when I put up Christmas lights on my house.
Oh,
yeah, I do need to play Christmas
Lights in the
Nights.
Dreams.
What do you got, Dan? What are you
Hope
going
you
to
didn't
start
crash
with?
out.
You're going to start small and build up.
You want me to do start small? Okay.
Yeah, start small and build up to the big one.
I have a lot of pickups this week. None of them are figures, I assure you. I will start with the weebiest thing, though, which was the latest issue of Otaku USA. So in case you thought you were going to get through without any weeby stuff for me, you're mistaken. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Uravity and the Acid Girl from My Hero Academia for a second.
No, these characters are from Mayonaka Punch, I think. I don't know. I haven't seen that.
I just saw you put it up and put it down, so I saw the pink and then the brown hair. I assumed it was My Hero characters.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay, so got the magazine today. I got some pickups as far as video games go from The Exchange, which is like a little chain of like retro media stores that are around here and a few other places around the country. They do like a 20% off all their used stuff on Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, the whole weekend. So I went in there and I'm like, well, I can't not buy a couple games, when it's 20% off. So I got a loose copy of Blackfire for the Sega Saturn. Not the most heralded game, but like it was one of the like flying games. I guess I kind of feel like I sort of want to like all the games where you fly as like real copies on the Saturn.
Yeah.
It runs good. And I also kind of felt like, from that fiscal report that leaked from Sega, it might be sort of a rarer game than people think, because it's sold like no copies. Although I wonder if they actually printed a bunch of copies of Blackfire and then the ones that didn't sell just ended up being sold as like new old stock for like $10 or something through different outlets. I don't know. So maybe there are actually a ton of copies out there because it's not expensive. I mean, it was
it's like
$15 before my discount.
Bo's right. There's so many helicopter games on the Saturn, and there's like Black Dawn and Blackfire. It's kind of like the Deep Impact and Armageddon thing where I'm just like, I constantly get them confused. They're both like,
I prefer Black Hawk Down, to be honest.
First-person helicopter games. One is better than the other, but I don't remember which one. So yeah,
Blackfire has the voxels, I think, for the ground.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Generate the ground, which is pretty cool looking. It's pretty impressive. Although, like, I have no idea where I'm going. I was playing the first mission the other day, and I was like, I'm killing enemies, and then eventually they kill me. What's really frustrating, just to get off on a 2-second tangent about Blackfire, when you take enough damage, they damage like a rudder or something where it's like you can't really turn to the right anymore, and your helicopter just starts spinning itself left constantly, and you're like fighting to try to like slowly turn to the right. It's like, oh my god, just kill me now, put me out of my misery so I can restart the mission. Anyway, next game that I got, oh god, I forgot what the name was.
Hold it up to the camera.
But it is it's basically a fortune telling game. It's it's something Monogatari Sonoichi. So it's like part one. It's like fortune telling story part one.
It doesn't have an English title on one side.
No, it's Japanese on both sides.
It's Japanese on both sides.
Get your phone out.
$3. It was $3. They rarely sell Japanese games there, and I'm like, I can't read this because I'm like, I don't know what the kanji is like off the top of my head looking at it. So I'm like, I don't know what it is, but it's $3, so it's like $2.40 after the discount. I'm like, oh, it's worth just like getting and trying out.
If it makes you enjoy it, it's worth $2.
Yeah. This is the disc. It shows this crazy looking, almost vampire looking guy. He has goofy eyebrows that sort of like go up and down when he talks in the game.
Snap it on the live show.
Interesting. Is that CRI developed or published? Yes. I wonder. That's like first party.
Well, they actually, so I did a little research into this game. It actually is a compilation, I'll show the back, of 3 different fortune telling games, and they were originally released separately on the 3DO. And they ported them all into a collection on the Saturn, and I think it eventually did come out on the PS1 as well. So there's like a thing you like put in like your name, and it'll like use how many strokes are used to write out all the letters of your name to then like tell your fortune. It did have an English mode, so I was able, like, the game is all in Japanese, but you can put your English letters of your name in, and it'll like count how many strokes each letter is. So that was kind of fun messing around with that.
Hey, Notorious VDP's here. Sega guys are here. What's up, guys? And
Cool.
Frog
Hi,
Bowl.
guys.
Hey, Froggy. How's
Nice.
it going?
Joining.
I like this one
Okay.
person in the chat that brought up fortune telling. Is that what Miss Cleo was doing?
Miss
That's
Cleo.
kind of funny. I haven't heard that name in a good
I
like
guess.
30
Come on.
years.
Yeah. Yeah, no Miss Cleo
Yeah,
in that
Miss
game.
Cleo.
There's like a funny guy who moves his eyebrows up and down as he's talking to you. Like, it's
Yeah.
like voice acting stuff. So it was kind of a fun little random pickup. Then I got a Dreamcast game. It is Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect, guys. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't have this. So I thought,
You didn't
know
have
what?
Sonic Adventure for Dreamcast?
I didn't have Sonic Adventure. Well, I didn't buy a second copy of it, so no, I didn't
That's
have it before.
Wait,
That
why-
is that is a good game. I like the original better than Sonic Adventure 2. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm the
I
same
know.
way. I agree 100%.
Oh, okay.
I
Really?
think Sonic
I
Adventure.
just I have more nostalgia for it because I mean it was huge when it came out. Like when it
Yeah.
dropped.
the music honestly is a lot better in my opinion.
Yeah,
Dang.
definitely. No, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay. Yes and no. I mean, there are some tracks on 2 that are like really good, but
Yeah.
I can see where you're going. You know, I
Yeah.
can see. Yeah.
And like
on
I
the
actually
whole.
it was funny. So it's funny that like because I was talking to like years ago. I was talking to this is gonna be funny in respect. I was talking to a guy at the convention. I was like a famous YouTuber, and we were talking about it. It's like because he did a Sonic Adventure 2 review. He was like saying, he was like telling me I really prefer Sonic Adventure 2 over 1, and he was like, here, think of it this way. Remove all the good levels and pretend you're playing all the like you're not playing any of the good levels. Like you're stuck at like the security hall or some of the other really janky ones or the ones
Emerald
that are
hunting ones.
just like absolute garbage. It's like oh, you know what? From that perspective, I agree. I think it's a better game. Also, I guess unrelated, the YouTuber was Pro Jared, and that's not a joke either.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
that's actually not a joke. I remember because he had a Sonic Adventure 2 video I liked, and I was talking to him about it, and I funny enough, guess who was with him? You will not believe it. Who was right next to him that I talked to, walking around?
No.
The completionist.
Oh, the completionist. Wow.
Okay.
I was joking with my friends. I'm like, I'm a bad I'm like the bearer of bad YouTube fortune. So if you're around me, you're getting bad YouTube fortune.
Rip.
Oh man.
That's really funny.
Sega
but-
Steve picked up a complete copy of Sonic Adventure Limited Edition at PRGE this year, so that's
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've only played Sonic Adventure on the GameCube, which I got like back when it launched, and then years later, it came out that like they botched the graphics horribly on the GameCube version, and the graphics look much better on the Dreamcast because Dreamcast has like proper transparencies and whatnot, and textures that aren't in the wrong place. So that's why I kind of wanted to get it. It was like $60 before my 20% discount, so 48 wasn't too bad.
Mhm.
So anyway, so here's my
Nice.
last. Yes, so that was fun. I was trying that out the other day, and so here's my last pickup. It is not a game. It
I think we
is
got both of them too.
Mr. Pie
a Mr. Pie.
Turbo Pack.
Yeah. Oh,
Love
different box.
I like the little box, the
Yeah.
Master System looking box that you got.
Yeah,
there.
it is cool. They did like a Master System motif. I love it.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
and
I think.
here's
Yeah.
here's the actual
So-
device.
Yeah, yours
Fitting-
came with a
fitting
case.
that the
Mine
guy-
didn't. Mine didn't
Fitting
come with a
that our
case.
guy who writes all about Mister should have a Mister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of figured. I
Now
don't
you
have a
can,
capture card, so I can't like use it to put up like footage or anything. Unfortunately, yet I'd have to get a
Right.
capture card, but I can at least like use it to kind of like research on my
Right.
own what's changing between quarters to report it. So that's kind of why I haven't written about the Mister in like a good couple of months, because like I knew this was coming. I just didn't realize how slow the vote from China would be. So
Right.
I've
To be
been
fair
waiting a
though, it was
while.
relatively fast. I thought it was going to be like a lot
Really?
later.
Mr.
Oh, really?
Dan. I love it, Mr. Dan.
But yeah,
more,
no. I got an
No
extra
more
one myself.
imposter syndrome.
Right?
No.
Yeah, I
You
have felt
a
a
mister
little.
now.
I felt like an imposter going in like the Mr. Discord and like talking about it with people and asking questions and stuff. And it's like I am not one of these people. I don't have a
Honestly, though,
Mr.
you certainly
No, I
knew
do.
a lot. You knew enough about it, considering all the articles you'd written, about all the
Right.
updates and stuff. So yeah, no,
Have to
that's
when
great.
you research it. So yeah, that's exciting. I already got set up last night and tried it out. First game I played was actually I tried Saturn at first, but I didn't know what I was doing, and it was just like a black screen. I didn't realize like you need a keyboard hooked up to it to like bring up the menu by hitting the F12 key, and then you can load games. So at first
can
I thought I
bind
did
it-
something wrong.
You can bind it to a
Pat's
controller.
got this cute little.
Okay, I
Yeah,
didn't know
Pat's
how to
got
do
this
that.
tiny little keyboard that he brings to PRG
Yeah.
with the Mister, and it like
He
just
linked that to me.
Yeah. That seems pretty.
I like a
Seems pretty
full-size
slick.
keyboard that
Sure.
just like it hooks up through USB. I just have it downstairs, like to put it in my
Right.
Xbox sometimes.
Yeah.
So I stuck that in, and that worked. But anyway, so I like gave up on the Saturn games for a second, and I went over to the Genesis because I threw like some other games that was on my computer on there.
Mhm.
And first game I played was Vector Man, which
Nice.
is like my favorite Genesis game. So that
Hey,
was good, and
good
it
game.
looked and played great. I tried out Cotton 100% on the Super Nintendo.
That one's really good.
Of course, yeah, it was fun
Did
too.
you get the snack adapter working?
I haven't tried that. I was using like an Xbox One controller that hooked up through
Okay.
USB. So I
Yeah.
do have a Super Nintendo controller or two downstairs, but I haven't tried the snack thing yet. I will.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
You know what's funny? My
Um,
test game for the SNES core, I actually did. That was the first thing I did. Is I load up Sparkster. That's always my go-to
Oh.
test
Mhm.
for
Okay.
SNES stuff. Is I always load up Sparkster. I know exactly
Nice.
how it looks on like a
Mhm.
PVM, so I can look at it like right away, and be like, "Oh, that looks fucked," or "There's something wrong
Yeah.
First
with it."
thing I would load up is Snatcher, for probably.
Mm.
I don't know,
works too.
if I had to choose but yeah. Oh, PC Engine, yeah. Did you try any PC Engine? Analog Black Sheep says. That
No,
would
I
be
don't.
great.
I don't have any PC Engine games on my PC, so I'll have to get some.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
definitely.
I did like
So
a
many good
Master
shmups
System
there.
game. I threw some Master System games on there because I have the whole library for that console, and I played a little
Yeah.
Sonic. But when I eventually did do Saturn games, first one I did was Daytona Circuit Edition,
Mhm.
which felt appropriate because like the first
Yeah.
game I ever played on my actual Saturn was Daytona Championship Circuit Edition. I didn't have that game as a bin queue on my PCs, but I did for the Japanese version, so I played that.
Nice.
Then I did Bulk Slash, of course, the translated version, which that ran great. And I'd know if there's something wrong there, I'd be able to tell. It all looked and sounded really good. I played Christmas Nights, as I alluded to before.
Fighting
So that was
Vipers?
cool. No, because I don't think this Mr. Pie is a double RAM. I think it's just single
Oh.
RAM. And I've heard that some of the 3D fighters are a little glitchy without
It's a
the
little
double RAM.
sluggish.
Yeah, so I didn't try any of those.
You can just
Okay.
like pick one up. It's only like a couple bucks. I didn't get it
I'll have
because
to get one.
I learned after I ordered that there's issues with it. But the thing is that like literally the 128 works for, like every single thing besides like maybe that, and if you want to do Jaguar, but I would not do Jaguar even if you paid me money.
Okay, there's a great homebrew scene for the Jaguar, so I've
Oh,
heard.
yeah.
So
All
yeah,
one of
that's worth
them.
it. Anyway, so that's my pickups. That's been a lot of fun. Been a good week. So I have a lot of cool stuff to dive into in the coming week.
Nice.
I'm the same.
Well, in the coming days, I guess, or
Coming
whatever.
week,
Yeah,
coming
like
days,
I've been
coming
able
years.
to play some of these things over the past week, but you only have so much time. So lots of
ya.
stuff to play going forward.
Yeah, I'm putting mine in my arcade machine. I just have to get a couple more parts because I wanna add like a universal the Brook PCB in there and wire that up to where I can swap out the controls in my actual like arcade boards and like a USB thing, so I can plug it into the Mister directly and play it like that. That's
Pat,
something
you
I
got
want to
any
do.
pickups?
I have a couple actually. I have two. I have the
Nice.
I picked up. I just got it for my my Brook PCB.
Cool.
It's my sorry, not Brook PC. I got it from my Net City. It is I just got it without the case because it's going to go in my arcade machine anyways, and I kind of been on the trend of where I don't run cases on my Mister ever. Like I've had like Dave knows I've had my Mister for since 2018, and I've yet to put a case on it, and it's
Right.
running fine. Like a lot of people are like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't have to
okay.
worry about short, and it's like no, it's regular electricity or regular electricity stuff. I'm not putting
Okay.
25,000 volts or like running across the carpet, boys.
Oh, I mean, technically you could shock it, but no, I mean it. Anecdotally, knock on wood.
I mean,
Yeah,
I,
right.
things
happens,
things
so-
that there's so many safeguards and stuff like that, so it's a non-issue.
True. Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're like it's
Um,
not this isn't the 1990s anymore where or 80s where you touch someone's cyclicity, oh, it's dead. Like that's just a misnomer that people say. I've had stuff with cases. I work with PCBs and arcade machines, and they've been fine. I mean, most of the PCBs in the machines are also just bare PCBs anyways. So
Yeah.
like, it's been fine either way. So
Right.
I don't know. It's just funny seeing people like go crazy with it. It's like, bro, it's just like
See you,
like-
Wiener Bob.
fine. But
Thanks
anyways,
for joining us.
thank
What
you.
else?
I got a solid collection on vinyl. Metal Gear Solid.
Hey,
It's basically
That's
Metal Gear
cool.
Solid 1 through 5.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
I-
a thick stack.
Yeah, I wrapped a bunch of discs for it. Like it comes in like this individual things, and it has beautiful artwork on it. Like
Oh,
by
nice.
the I forgot what the name of the person that made it, but or the artwork. Is it? It's something. I forgot what his name was. If
Yeah,
anybody knows
I can't
the
remember.
Metal Gear Solid artists, I'm gonna feel like an idiot when somebody puts it in there. But yeah, there's Metal Gear Solid
Mhm.
4. This actually is the same one on the collector's edition of Metal Gear Solid 4 when you buy that.
Yeah.
You got I think this is 5 right there.
Yoji Shinkawa.
Shinkawa, thank you. Sorry. And this one just has a double like sides, like it says side 1 and 2. Kind
Mhm.
of hard to see, but
Cool.
Ashley Wood. Yes, Ashley Wood is the name. No.
Is the artist?
No, it's not. It's I think they're joking. It's Yoji Shinkawa.
Okay. I was like, what? No, yeah, that's awesome.
Yes,
Pat,
singer.
anything else?
That's about it for me. I didn't really have much pickups besides that. I'm still working on the I'm still,
Still
working
good
on,
pickups.
yeah, I'm still like I said, the Mister thing's not ready yet. I need to put it in the it's going in my arcade machine, but like
Yeah.
I need to get the extra parts and stuff for it. But like I'm still working on that. That's hopefully gonna be a winter project I'll get going, and I'll get that all set up, and it should be too bad.
Mhm.
Yep, that is Metal Gear
That'd
Solid
be cool.
on vinyl, 1 through 5. It's like a collection. I don't
Nice.
think it's the whole soundtracks, but it's the
Where'd
collection.
you get it from?
I got it from Konami's shop itself. It actually
Oh,
I should show
nice.
the vinyl is like I actually usually I get the black vinyl, but I really liked the color vinyl on this one, so
Yeah.
I went with it. But yeah, it's like this cool red swirl pattern.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That's
Oh,
on
that's
every
really
side.
pretty looking.
So yeah,
that's really cool.
Cool.
I'm a sucker for Metal Gear Solid. Like if it's like a especially colored as Metal Gear Solid, I will splurge for that. So
Mhm.
but yeah, it's really cool. I like it sounds really good. I was listening to the Metal Gear Solid 5 version because it had my favorite song of all time, the was it the Sins of the Father, which I think is my favorite vocal track from the Metal Gear series period. I love Sins of the Father. It's a really good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Merry Christmas to Pat.
But yeah, thank
So-
you.
By the way, this Japanese game that I picked up last weekend, it is called Sento Monogatari.
Sento.
Sento Monogatari. So it's a fortune telling story.
Yay.
Speaking
I
of
looked it up
Japanese,
real quick.
I've picked up like almost 4,000 XP on Duolingo. I just downloaded the
Oh.
app for like the first time, and I've been yeah, we like kind of blazing through the through the lessons. I'm like, okay, yeah, I remember a lot of this from like when I was studying Japanese before, so it's all coming back. I shared my profile in Discord, and I guess Emerald's kind of working on it. Stu Stapleton here, hey, in the chat, is also on there. I mean, he's in a much higher tier than me, but anyway, he's on there too. I think a couple other folks from the Discord are in there as well. Oh, Sega Steve needs to get in there and start doing it again, because we can all get better and brush up on our Japanese. Been listening to Kero Kero Bonito, you know.
That got you in the mood for learning a little
Oh, when you
Japanese.
start listening to that,
Hey.
when you start listening to Kero Kero Bonito, damn, I didn't know you did
Oh yeah.
that.
Wait, is that good or bad?
No. I thought it was funny because when I went to PRG last year, I picked up a Kero Kero Bonito cassette tape at the shop.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's
But
pretty
yeah,
cool.
no, it's
though. I
been
like
fun. I probably need to. It's just going to be like one little avenue of
Yeah.
learning and exercise, but I'll probably do some other stuff as well. Like there's a really good kanji learning tool online. There's like Waka Kimi or something. I forget what it's called, but a friend recommended that, and then a couple other things. So yeah, but it's better than the days when I was just like studying out of books, because that was kind of like that can get boring,
Yeah.
and audio cassettes.
Yeah,
I
it's
have an app called I think it's Yokoso. It's an exclamation point on the end,
Mhm.
and that one's kind of nice. I've messed around with it a little bit. It basically has like flashcards
Right.
of kanji, and then they have like multiple choice options at the bottom to choose. But it's like before you make your choice, you can like flip the card over, and it'll give you the definitions and like the multiple readings of it. The
Cool.
onyomi and
Mhm.
kunyomi, and so yeah, that's been kind of nice to learn stuff. I haven't tried Duolingo yet.
It's been fun. It's kind of like a video game. That's what makes it fun. It's competitive. It's like a video game. You can I did the 2-week trial, but I'm probably just going to go back to like, watching ads if I have to. But I've been good enough that I haven't needed to, cuz like if one of those kind of like pay to play things, but if you do well enough, then you don't really have to. And I agree with Malenko. Kids books are great. So I got some kids books that I can definitely work with. And then, of course, just watching anime and stuff like that. So
Nice.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I've been doing the
I read
same.
a lot of Japanese tweets and stuff.
I've been doing a similar thing for German. Like I've been mostly like reading manga and like the Detective Conan stuff, and trying to do conversation stuff, because Duolingo was
Nice.
okay for me, but at this point I need more practicing. Practicing
Right.
actually talking to people, listening to them, and responding, because German's
Yeah.
really hard. It's not that bad like understanding text wise, but when you're like hearing people talk, it is the toughest. Holy crap.
Right. Yeah. Well, you need a lot of repetition. I think what it is it's kind of like sight words for kids, like my daughter is learning to read, and it's like she's just getting to the point where she's not having to like phonetically sound out each word. She just like sees the word and knows it and is able to read through smoothly.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing when I'm watching anime. Like I would always pick out little words here and there and understand the context, but now it's like I'm understanding like 70%. So my listening comprehension is really high. It's my conversation that needs work, and then also just like writing and stuff like that. Grammar definitely. So yeah. But we have a Nihongo chat channel in our Discord if folks are interested and want to get in there. And
If you want to shitpost in there, you can too. That's also funny.
it's fun though. It's good though because you can always this is the last thing I'll say because we have news. Is that you can use Google Translate. It has a mic, and you can just talk into Google Translate, and it'll let you know if you're making sense. So I often will, when I learn something or when I learn like a collocation or phrase or something like that, I'll speak it into Google Translate and make sure that it's like, okay, at least I'm able to be understood. I'd probably sound like shit to a Japanese person, but at least they could understand me if I needed to ask a question or something.
Don't worry, I've been speaking German for 17 years, and I still sound garbage to Germans either way. So don't worry.
I don't trust the
vibe.
Duolingo. I don't trust the microphone or the language detection on Duolingo though, because it seems like way too loosey goosey. Like it's like it gives you it. Even when my own pronunciation is terrible, and I'm like, you should have docked me on that. That was terrible. I was eating while I was answering the question. So that sometimes I'll go over to Google Translate just to make sure that it's coming through. But anyway, and just learning more conversational, like less proper language, but more casual conversational stuff is kind of my focus now. But anyway, moving right along to.
I want to answer
we got a bunch of
people
news,
real
right?
quick. Sorry. So Neil Henson was asking me questions. I wanted to hop in.
Okay.
He asked me if I had an MVS. Yes, I do have an MVS. I have a.
Oh yeah.
Dave knows my MVS adventure. We actually talked about on the MVS podcast. I had a super gun setup for a while. That's a little bit old, but I still have it. And then he asked me to get it. Go to the Konami shop to pick that up, where I got it from.
About craziness, dropping a little Nihongo in chat. Konnichiwa. Dave-san. Nice.
Dave's right. Don't use initial D to learn Saturn or to learn
Learn
Japanese.
Saturn. Don't use
learn Saturn
Saturn
with initial D. Actually, it's quite good. No, but what kind of news do we have this week? We got a lot, right? Because we have to talk about.
Gotta go back a couple weeks.
Okay, let's do it.
Browsers.
Let's blaze.
Well, what kind of blaze are you talking about there, Dave? This isn't that kind of show, buddy.
All the blazing. No, but let's get to it. What is going on with the?
Oh, I need to fix it. This was for the chat.
There are duplicate browsers.
What the heck?
That's okay.
Yeah, let's just cover down.
It over me. You were covered before Dave, so it's my turn.
I know, right?
Oh no, that's
getting even here.
Is this browser? I guess that was an emergency one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're good. Sorry. That's why I had an emergency one because I just had an issue.
Now Malenko's speaking Chinese in the chat, I think.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Well, his wife's Chinese, so.
Right, he knows Chinese, so it's to some extent. So yeah. Very
nifty, very handy.
Very cool, yeah.
Doxed him in a way, I guess. Sorry. Papetsu is here too.
We
got some new people in chat.
Yeah, so I guess the first thing we're going to start with is going to be the latest Editor's Corner podcast that came out at the end of November.
Andres Scholl, right? That was the one that Pat did in Germany.
Yeah, so I did this one in Germany. I put it where it's behind you, Dan.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so Andreas, he does all these projects on PC, right? He does all these projects like with the Burning Rangers, kind of like it's not really a remake, right? It's almost like a
well, he sort of like remakes the underlying code, I think, of these games in Unity, I believe, but then he takes the game's original art assets and audio and uses them in his PC version.
Right. And he's done Burning Rangers, he's done Cotton, was it Cotton Rainbow?
Rainbow Cotton for the Dreamcast, which was like the initial release.
And then working on a Radiant Silvergun as well. I believe.
Didn't he do something with Knights? He's done something with Knights a little bit too. He's at least looked into it.
I know he's been a part of the data. I think he's been a part of the data mining project. With Knights. Yeah. Yeah. So there's that as well.
Yeah, no, that one's really cool. I had a good time interviewing him. I basically interviewed him on the showroom at Gamescom. So he basically had this little tiny booth. I took pictures of it. I can't probably find it in here, but if you look on some of my Facebook posts, there's like a barrier thing where like a little nook and cranny where they had a little office area. So I went in there and recorded. It's a bit not great because the audio was pretty loud in Gamescom and there wasn't like really a silent area to record him at. So everything was loud. It was so crowded. So there wasn't much.
It still worked. I listened to it. It was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, so I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah, the one thing I didn't know that apparently he's been working on he's been programming for games for a while. Like he worked on a bunch of Game Boy games and stuff back in the day. So he's a veteran. It's insane. Worked on some cool stuff.
Really, some like retail Game Boy games.
Retail Game Boy games in assembly. We talked about it on the podcast. It's
wow.
It was really cool. But yeah, he was very nice and he actually gave me a seat. Me and what's the name, Xenos were there, and like he gave us these 2 CDs for Iron Meat, which is like a Contra, like a Contra clone thing. That's really cool. And then a game called Shadow of the Ninja Reborn, which is their latest game that they've been working.
What was that first one called?
Iron Meat.
Iron Meat.
That's like what she said.
It's like a Contra clone. It's really good. You see the challenges, get through the first level and they give you the CD.
Sorry.
It was pretty easy, so me and Xenos got through it pretty easily. But yeah, it's made by Strictly Limited. It was actually a whole Strictly Limited booth where they had a bunch of games and stuff there. They had a giant cotton standee too, which I was like, dang, I really want to take that home, but I don't think they would have let me.
Probably not. I would have been tempted to though.
Yeah, no, that was cool though. That was cool.
Took the opportunity to interview him.
Yeah, definitely check it out. We need more listens on this, more because honestly, that he's been doing this stuff for a few years, and it's actually been really, really cool to see the stuff that he's doing. And I think it's good that you did that interview because it sheds more light on his work and
Yeah.
gets it out there in front of more eyeballs. So yeah, hopefully folks will check that out.
I was thinking of doing a video one, but he just wanted to do audio. He kind of didn't really want to do the audio one when we request, but I got him on a like surprise. I was like, hey, do this podcast, this thing with me real quick, and we record that. Sorry, it took a bit long to get out. It just was. I was trying to find a good way to make the audio better, but I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, screw it. I'm not going to delay it any longer. And just put it up there.
Yeah.
But it turned out really good. Thank you again, Andreas, for doing the interview. And I thought it was pretty insightful. Hopefully, I can go back next year and I can see them again and see what cool stuff they have in store for us.
Man.
Yeah, go listen to that on YouTube. We have it on YouTube and then on our actually podcast. Really good.
Shadow's like, this is why we don't have sponsors. Fun fact, we got offered a like Manscaped sponsorship and we turned it down. I'm like, I'm not gonna, no.
I just couldn't. The thing is that it was mostly me. I was basically saying that I'm not going to do the euphemisms. I'll be like, this is a cock and ball shaver. Is to shave your cock and ball hair. Like I'm not pulling punches. Like these companies try to like pull punch. Like no, I'm telling you what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a ball trimmer. It is a ball trimmer for your balls and all other parts.
That sounds painful. Okay.
Yeah, that does kind of worry me.
Move along. But Shadow's right. This is why we don't have sponsors. So what's up next?
The next one is
Saturn patch Sonic into Dreams. Okay.
Speaking of Bo in the chat, he says that Andreas got him into hacking. So shouts out.
Cool. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Because his favorite game is Burning Rangers, right? Bo's favorite game is Burning Rangers. I do see it. Yeah. There is a crossover there for sure.
A little bit. So Andreas is inspiring everybody. Shave your scrotum, Shiro. Save your berry and 2 twigs, Shiro.
Yeah, he wrote it, but you said it live, Pat.
I mean, it's not the honestly, it's actually in vogue now to curse on streams because apparently people are worried about getting their stuff turned for kids. So some people will drop random F-bombs on streams. So we're actually doing a good job. Like I can actually curse now.
Great job being adult content. Yeah.
Exactly. But anyways, talking about speaking of Bo, we have his Saturn patch Sonic Into Dreams remix. So I think he did a patch like a year ago or so where it was all 3 of them flying with Sonic. Because I remember this seemed familiar.
Yeah, like the synchronized flying. I think he got up to 3 or 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive. So what's happening here?
So this one, I believe he just puts Sonic only. So this is a Sonic only
but Sonic's
one.
Flying. So it's like replacing the model because traditionally you could unlock Sonic in Christmas nights, and you could walk around on the ground. But this is kind of cool. Ooh, I got to play this definitely. Now, how is this patch implemented? Is this something we can enter into our SEGA Saturn? Like, is there a code?
It's basically you can skip and just download the patch. So this is a patch version again.
So you'd have to download. You can't apply it as just a cheat. You have to have an extra image patched version of the game. That's what I think.
You might have to manually hack it, because it looks like this is like modifying the codes in the game. I don't think he actually made a game share code.
Yeah, I don't think he has like an action replay code in here. Like he does tell you like the memory addresses and what to change them to, but there's so much stuff.
There's so much done.
It's probably more
than it would be impossible to do it in a simple action
replay code. Okay. Yeah, so you gotta download the patch from Sega Extreme.
I got you. I thought it would be something as simple as a little line of code that would just basically tell it to use a different model. That's wishful thinking though. So yeah, okay. But I mean, this will probably be one that I do download because that looks really fun, flying with Sonic.
Yeah, there actually is he actually added paratroop trails too, because in the game's code only it lets knights have the paratroop loops, the trails. But in this one, he was able to trick the game into saying that you're knights and actually add the trail onto Sonic for you. That's another.
So we actually then did get this was the Sonic Team game that they did in lieu of a Sonic game, and now we can literally say we have a Sonic game here.
Yeah, there you
can
go.
Actually play Sonic in the as in the same way that they intended Knights, the main character, to be
Exactly.
played.
And then there's a
So
third
that's
thing
awesome.
too. He actually added a spin dash instead of the drill. It makes Sonic do like a spin dash attack.
Yeah. Okay,
So
cool.
that's
Yeah, it's
also
kind of
the
really
fun.
drill
cool.
dash. It's like
Yeah. Now the spin dash, I guess.
Cool. Well, it's not the spin dash. It's called the drill dash. I
Well, no,
believe.
in this patch, he's made
in this
the
patch.
spin dash.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
To be
And
thematic.
does he do the little like the spin animation while he's doing it?
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, that is cool.
There's a lot of benefits. Honestly, that's a really cool one. Like,
That is really
I
cool.
believe he added this title screen, Sonic the Hedgehog into Dreams.
No, that's in the
Or is that
original
something
game.
else? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Sonic.
Yeah,
and
when
the
you like
Dreams,
boot into the Sonic present, right?
Yeah,
It shows that screen.
exactly. Yeah.
Which that's what this patch does. It sort of like forces
It
it
like
to
replaces
go into Sonic
this.
mode.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, he
I
just skips
definitely
it
gotta
because it
download that.
corrupts, I guess.
Yeah.
So skip that.
I did-
So, yeah, another cool article from SHIRO doing Manscaped ads. Yeah, no, not unless they pay us a lot of money.
Maybe
maybe
pay us
we'll,
more than they offered us.
Maybe we'll get NZXT to sponsor us so that we can hawk their. Ooh,
Don't
yeah.
even say the name, man. That's radioactive.
Okay, I'm good. People got that one. I was worried. No, I thought that was gonna be too obscure, but
Yeah, no, I watched some PC videos and I've seen the controversy
watch the
about
Gamers Nexus video. Yeah, that was
it's an hour-long video. But yeah, he gets into it. Like basically, NZXT is a company that does like computer parts and computer
Right.
cases and stuff, and they sell like pre-built PCs, and they had sort of like seemingly allegedly predatory practice of sort of like renting a PC to you, and then you're paying for it and you don't actually own it or something.
Yeah, TLDR
good.
though, basically they have you rent it. There's no way to buy it. Like, some cars you can actually pay the difference. You basically the amount of money you're paying into in 30 into I think 36 years. Sorry, 36 months is the equivalent of $15,000. So like it's even more like crazier than
you could buy yourself several PCs.
It's more expensive than getting a predatory payday loan essentially. So
yeah, I mean it's like an apartment. You dump money into it and you don't actually own anything for the money you spent.
Right.
Yeah, but at least the apartment you get
PCs.
something better out of it than PC. That's Anyways, but joke aside, play this patch. I think it's really cool. I definitely think I want a little bit now. Thank you, Bo.
Having your teammates buy all doors on zombies to save money. I say that your
budget or buttery. Thank you for the $4.99 Wiener Bob.
Thank you, Wiener Bob. $4.99. I don't think we've. Did any of y'all play? Did any of y'all play COD Zombies?
No.
Yeah, I don't think anyone but me played it. Yeah, that's a COD Zombies reference. I would say that's definitely buttery, especially since that's pretty expensive. So
I'm glad you could
Sorry,
answer
Wiener
that question.
Bob. We don't play COD Zombies. I feel bad.
Contra Wars would rather finance a Sega Saturn. Hey, there's a new cottage industry, right?
Yeah,
Sega Steve.
I'm excited.
Financing
More scams.
Sega Saturns. I know he's got a ton of them.
I mean, we can also look into the Bitcoin scams and and pump a Bitcoin thing and make millions of dollars and have everyone hold the bags.
Coin.
Actually, you can technically finance a Sega Saturn on like eBay, right? The pay later thing.
On PayPal. You can't
there you go. You can do it if you really want to like defer payment and pay interest. You can. That's
also a good option for people. If you really want the NZXT PC, just do something like that. Finance it that way. Don't rent it. It's just do that.
Give them one of those virtual credit card numbers that you can cut it off.
Exactly. Don't make them.
Anyway, what do we got next?
Asuka 120 Burning Festival.
So this one, I can't remember. Is this one the patch one or is this the?
Wait, is this the original one?
This is hashtag Best of Saturn from Peter. I think this is the English patch one because he does mention that this has an English translation. The caveat, though, is that this patched version, which is sort of like a official, unofficial patch that like the developers did after their company shut down or something, but like the developers still had the codes. They put this patch out. It's essentially the very first patch for a Saturn game, and it came from the original developers. But they removed the story mode from the original Asuka 120%. So none of that is translated. They only translated like, I think it's like menus.
Menus and
Not even the characters' names are translated from these screenshots, sadly. But yeah, so it has like a little bit of an English translation to it.
Yeah, I think this
and
is
it's mostly
the
a
this is the
balanced
original
patch,
version. I think.
because it's a 2D fighting game with
yeah, it was like a
girls.
balance. Like they were balancing the characters.
Yeah, but I think this is the
stuff like that.
original one that he put up, not the burnt.
It is. He says it's a 1997 2D beat up though.
It is,
I
but they
think-
patched it in '98. It was like one of the last things they did.
Right.
I'm pretty sure this was
he's
the
just-
limit over is the
He's
patch
just saying
version.
it has.
Yeah.
it has
the
it.
translation.
This is
Okay.
the
It's a good
original one.
game. Folks
Yeah.
should check it out. Definitely.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's fun, and the characters kind of remind me. It kind of has a same kind of flavor as like the Yu Yu Hakusho fighter, on like 3DO.
Oh, I know
Although
that one
it's
pretty
better.
well.
Like this one I would say is definitely better. Like the mechanics and everything, and the animations are better. Good hand-drawn character design. It's different than your typical like Capcom and SNK style fighters, so it's kind of unique in that way.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I like it a lot. It's a fun one. I like
Limit Over was
Yeah.
the patch
Limit
one.
Over is
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah,
of the
Limit
patch.
Over.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Cerulean.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
thanks,
this one's the
really.
original. Limit Over is the Yeah, this one's really cool. I would recommend people play this. Or the patch, probably the patch versions, because that one's the one that probably people are gonna want to play. But this one's still pretty fun. I like waifu fighters and anime girl fighters, so I like this one and that one that was for the PCFX I played. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, go play it if you
Right.
can, or try your best to play it. Next, Under the Microscope, Elevator Action returns.
Only Dan's.
Only
How's you
Dan's.
doing her bit for Only Dan's?
Pudgy, what are you saying in chat? What's going
Yeah. Only Dan's. That's the new site.
on?
Yeah,
Actually,
but
there's
here's
like a
I say the next article is on Elevator Action returns. Well, actually, yeah,
Ving.
technically it's Elevator Action returns. So basically,
Taito.
yeah, Taito. So did you
And
want to
Ving.
cover this one, Dave? Dave or Dan?
I could talk about this game all day, every day.
Go for it.
Here,
Elevator
let's
Action.
hear it, Dave. Let's hear it, Dave.
Or ear. You can call it ear for short.
Ear
Ear
attack.
squared. This is Elevator Action Squared. Excellent port for the Saturn. Excellent game. Lots of fun. Kind of hard. I tried to do it on stream, and it was not easy, but I kind of got the hang of it towards the end. But it's a really fun pick up and play. It's got all these cool moves where you can tumble and you can fire shots and then pick up, you can pick up extra weapons and stuff like that, and slip through doors right before they fire at you. And there's like area of effects weapons. You want to actually read what Peter wrote though, since I don't have it in front of me, Pat?
Oh, you
Okay,
know,
yeah.
I can read it, Pat,
Cool.
if you want me
that
to.
works.
Okay, so Peter said in Taito's elevator action arcade games, or no, this isn't Peter. What Peter says this is what Bo said. This is Bo's article. Bo did a
I
patch.
think
Sorry.
he did
this
one
is a
recently.
patch article. Okay.
Yes. So in Taito's elevator action arcade games, well, okay, he wrote a lot. It's long. It's not a Peter thing. But Bo basically found a hidden debug mode that works in both the elevator action 1 port that's included with this and in the sequel Elevator Action Returns. He also found a previously undocumented code for extra options in Elevator Action 1. So that's pretty cool, because that's the thing about this
wow.
port is it doesn't just have Elevator Action 2, but it also includes 1. And yeah, he found some extra options hidden for the first game. So you can download the patch once again from Sega Extreme. He does have a little video there. I don't know if you're showing it, Pat.
Yep, I got the little video playing
Cool.
behind you.
But yeah, a couple of button
That's
codes to the main game has been known for ages, which he talks about unlocking. One of them is to unlock Elevator Action 1. Left, right, A, B, C, A does that. And
Left, right,
I
choo,
guess,
choo, choo.
yeah, yes. And if you type in left,
Choo,
right,
choo.
A, B, C, B, it will unlock the sequel's extra options. So he found a new code that will unlock the original Elevator Actions extra options, which is left, right, A, B, C, C. I guess that makes sense. You're just changing the last button. So the extra options are player stock, which is your lives, the game speed, and sound switch. Not sure what sound switch exactly means, but yeah.
Probably like a
so,
sound test thing.
Maybe. It's a sound switch new on his screenshot there.
Could be like maybe switching out. I don't know. So hey, let us know. Try it yourselves and let us know, guys, what it is.
Well, is Bo still in the chat, or did he have to leave? Because he was in the chat before. We could probably ask him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. Another great patch from Bo.
And he did find a hidden debug mode, for which works in both games. So he has a couple screenshots about that and details the debug controls. So by all means, check out his article, where he also goes into the nitty-gritty of the code on our website, SegaSaturnShiro.com, or check out his blog Rings of Saturn, which is at 32bits.substack.com. So thank you, Bo, once again.
Thank you, Mr. Bo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Shadow, like mono stereo. Maybe, but I don't know.
Could be.
That's speculation. Super Macross.
Yeah, this is the best of Saturn from Peter.
Macross. This is
this week's.
So this one kind of reminds me a lot of the Mobile Suit Gundam game that Shadow Mask is translating.
Mm-hmm.
So
you
this
guys
one,
Macross fans?
Well, no, isn't that Gundam game like a side-scrolling shooter?
This one looks like a side-scrolling shooter.
No, I think this. Well, I guess
looking
that does look kind of like it.
That's what I'm seeing from these screenshots.
Well, I guess you're right.
Let's read what Peter has to say.
All right.
Because I've not played this game for a while, but
So Peter says the 1980s were a golden age for anime in Japan, with Super Dimension Fortress Macross standing amongst the greats with a tale of aliens attacking a futuristic Earth. The Saturn game, subtitled Do You Remember Love, is part side-scrolling shmup and part run and gun, as the player's ship can transform between the two configurations. Following the plot of the Macross series closely, the game also features a heavy dose from both the show and the original anime, and as original anime, I guess, in this game. Think the 80s were cool? Then you must remember love. He ends with that little pun.
I
think I was
game.
thinking of a different Macross game that was like a tactical strategy game. So sorry about that.
Yeah, I like the game. I just think that the title reminds me a lot of Huey Lewis's "Do You Remember Love" or "Do You Believe in Love?" Every time I hear it. Do you believe in love?
No, but I mean, isn't there another? Isn't it Hyper Duel where you're a mech and you can transform into a ship? Or am I thinking of a different one? There's another shmup, and I think it's a Technosoft shmup that does that. But either way, yeah. So this kind of reminds me of that. But I can't say that I've played this one recently. It got to be like a long time ago that I must have fired this up. But yeah, so
I've definitely never played this.
Apparently, it's the last performance of some of the original actors for the show. Actually, that's kind of cool. I know that Burnt Ends was working on like a translation dub of this. I don't know whatever happened to that. Maybe we'll hear back from that. He had me record like a line or two for it, so hopefully we'll hear back.
Oh yeah, was this the one that he was working on? Okay,
there's this one. I think it was the PS1 version though, but
PS1 version. Okay, yeah, I think I did a line for that too.
Yeah,
that was a while ago.
Yeah, hopefully we'll hear back from that. But
isn't the SSG got something coming too? I was listening to that podcast you were doing with him. He's got a game coming that you had a line in, right? Or no, he's got a video coming that you had a line.
Dragon video. I actually do not remember what I even said, so
I was confusing the fact that he also worked on a patch too, which I don't know if that's finished, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see that video. But he's a big mech guy, so it's all mixing together in my mind.
One confusing thing is like I know that Robotech's a thing. Is that the same as Macross? Because like I remember there's a big controversy of why we couldn't get Macross in the U.S. because I guess this animation studio owned the Macross name, and like but they had the Robotech, but I was never clear on that if Robotech and Macross are the same thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was some trivial thing like that, some licensing issue.
Well,
usually
doing a quick search, it looks like they're related, but they are different. So yes and no, I guess.
Okay, yeah, because I remember Harmony Gold was the name of the company. They got had the rights to it, but are holding onto it for dear life, and they don't want to give it to anybody. So I think that's the reason why Macross and I guess Robotech have not seen much U.S. presence because they're kind of stuck in rights limbo here. So and there's a whole video and stuff on that. Harmony Gold kind of.
Okay, so real quick,
sorry.
Wikipedia says that Robotech was like an American adaptation of 3 original distinct anime from Japan: Super Dimension Fortress Macross, Super Dimension Cavalry Southern Cross, and Genesis Climber Mospeda. So they basically mashed together 3 completely different shows and made a different one with
That
their own
sounds
English dub.
that sounds incredibly stupid.
Yes, it does.
How do you guys not know this? We're not mega anime fans.
Looks like it was from the 80s. It was from
There's a
the
reason
80s.
why.
I definitely was not watching anime at age 1 in the late
Yeah.
80s. Sorry.
Not to mention this.
Yeah.
This is Robotech has not had a presence in like 30 years, so you got to cut us some
Yeah.
slack here. I mean, I don't think most of the people in this chat know who Harmony Gold are actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that sounds like a mess. I hope they
definitely.
sort that out for Macross fan sake, but yeah, that sucks. Sorry, bros.
Well, there's a Macross game you can try on your Sega Saturn. It's kind of a shooter, so that's neat. Thanks to Peter for bringing that to our attention.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got James' article. Sega guys, rare UK Saturn promo VHS. That one's really good. That's the one where he's like, does he play the games or does he make the games? It's the one where the eyeballs come out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that part. A little squeamish about that one.
It's so bad.
Memorable, I guess, but
it's so
gross.
bad. It's good. It's a classic though. This is what was that? What was the subtitle for that? The like the Exterminator or something like that. I forget what they called that dude. James, help me out. Valkyrie, that's right. That's Valkyrie. Does he design the games?
No, he executes them.
No, he executes them. They put him on the. Yeah, it's funny, man.
They could show that on UK televisions. Dang.
Well, no, it was like in a VHS that they.
Yeah, the VHS.
Yeah,
but I think they had. James, correct me if I'm wrong. Did they not have? Did they use some of these clips in the commercials? I thought they did.
On TV.
Yeah, I would hope so, considering they probably spent millions shooting it all and making it. Like in the U.S., they did the Theater of the Eye thing, and that was like 30 million, some crazy thing, and it's more like cringy.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, the eyes, and then it's like, he's in like a dragster or I don't know, a Formula One car. It's funny. He's like driving like a Formula One car, but with a flight stick.
James says he saw the ad on UK TV once. One time.
That's not surprising.
Okay. Yeah, one time. That's so similar. It's so similar to the Theater of the Eye thing. They only showed it at
quite literally
E3,
Theater of Two Eyes.
And then they showed it some other time that it was just like so limited. And they spent so much money. They spent like they're almost their entire ad budget on that. And I'm just like, it makes me cry because I'm like, that you literally could buy how many Saturn, like actual Saturn hardware demo units could you put in the mall with that same money,
or how many translations you could have put out.
Yeah. Like seriously, the Saturn's fun enough that it sells itself if you just let people play it for free. PlayStation, Sony did that. They did that all over the place, but it was like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, and I actually
love these ads. I do love these ads in a cringy kind of, hindsight kind of way, but man, it's.
I do have something similar to that. Like I got this. It's a Banjo-Kazooie cassette. I actually found it at a yard sale, but they gave a lot this one away, like Donkey Kong. Like,
I had the Donkey Kong one when I was a kid. That came in the mail with the magazine.
What's the one where they kidnap the dude and like they kidnap the was it Sony kidnaps the Nintendo dude and interrogates him? I forget which videotape that came on, but there's that one too.
You're talking about that sounds like the Sonic Extreme ad where they had they were like mafia guys and they were like shaking Mario down or something like it was
there's another one where they like kidnap a Nintendo employee. It's like Sony and somebody else and Sega.
Okay.
I think they kidnap
Star Fox 64. Maybe?
I think that might have been it. That might
be
it.
But yeah,
Star Fox 64, the game that sold me on the N64.
Oh my God, there was an ad. I think My Life in Gaming have this, or no, Hard for Games might have this footage like on one of their ancillary channels where they like back up like archival footage, but they have all those VHS videos. And there's this one where it's like Nintendo. It's late. I want to say it's like right before the N64 comes out, so it's like 95. And the 32-bit consoles are out, and Nintendo's doing their best to try to like sell the consumer on like pre-rendered 3D like the what is it, Donkey Kong Country games, like Donkey Kong Country 3. It's so great, you don't need PlayStation. With these kind of graphics it's just as good. And I was like, wow, that they were really trying really hard to to keep folks on Nintendo long enough so that they could release the 64. But so
delaying.
But these videos, these things are fun to look back on. I mean, it's very much the 90s,
Very much so. I really think these are really cool.
And James gives some good comments during this video. Definitely check it out about got his memories of seeing this video for the first time back then, and just like feeling like he needs to have these games. So I guess especially Virtua Fighter 2 left a big impression on him, and he's like, I gotta get these when these come out. So it was fun.
Virtua Fighter 2 is one of those games I feel like nowadays people look at it and they just don't, like, it's hard to put yourself back in the time, when it came out. It was just so revolutionary. It's hard to, you lose that today. Like when you look at it, you're looking at it compared to like all the other fighters on Saturn or all the other fighters on PlayStation, and it almost doesn't, it's not as impressive. But like back when it came out, it really was ridiculously impressive, and it did kind of make the PlayStation look bad. Like you're like, wow, they can actually pull this off on the Saturn. It's a really, really good port. But yeah, it's one of those things where it was much more impressive to me back then than it is kind of now, But I say now I kind of find things like Last Bronx to be a bit more impressive, or even Fighting Vipers. They did a lot of fancy stuff with those. But Virtua Fighter 2 is just a good, solid, thinking man's fighter, I like to call it.
Fighter.
It's just like all blocks and thrusts, and you don't really have like any super special moves.
That's actually what I'm getting tired of these new games, like the new Tekken ones. Like, oh, there's an instant doing a win button, like you do the special move, like you get like a 2 combo. It's like, whatever happened to like doing like a couple quarter circles and stuff like that? Why is Tekken and these other games so complex, like easy now? It's like, oh, I pressed the 2-button combo and you weren't blocking, so I instantly win. It's like, like, what are we doing here? Whatever happened to skill, like, to these games? Come on, people. That's why I like Virtua Fighter 5. There's no instant win combo button. You have to win by combos and like spacing and fighting. There's no easy. Yeah, you have to earn it, which is why I like the Virtua Fighter 5 a lot better.
Well, shouts to Sega guys. Shouts to James for putting that up, and check it out.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
What's up next? Was that the last thing that went up, or
yeah,
we got
one more.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, I finally wrote a story.
You did it. Better than I can say.
Been a couple weeks.
Dave wrote a story. Dan wrote a story. You know what that means?
What? That you're gonna put his face? You're gonna do it?
You know what that means?
Got it. You got to do it. But it's gonna be like meta, because there's his face inside his face.
Yeah, I'm already here.
Face.
It's like the Kill Bill, like the eyes. He's looking into your soul.
I don't even see what's happening, because YouTube's just totally choking for me right now. So I can only imagine. Oh, okay. It's showing me a frame. Awesome.
Extreme.
Amazing.
Is YouTube really choking out for you right now?
Oh yeah. It totally died for a second. It's slowly coming back at like 240p.
I like how I have Dan doing like the Look at the
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Okay, nobody needs to watch any of this.
Okay.
Don't look behind me.
This is why we don't have sponsors.
This is why. Yeah. So anyway,
Rainbow Town Logic Puzzle.
Yeah. So Logic Puzzle Rainbow Town, if you may remember, was available to our SHIRO Patreon supporters for about a month back in October. And it got put up publicly at the end of October. And the developer, Malenko, actually put out a couple of successive updates for it this week. They were one
Yay.
after another on the same day. So version 1.1 and 1.2 fixed a whole bunch of bugs that were causing crashes in his English translation patch, and he also renamed a bunch of the puzzles so that they are a little more descriptive of the puzzles themselves, of the images you're creating as you're solving the puzzles. So yeah, a lot of tweaking and a few bugs being fixed. So they are good patches to download if you had downloaded his patch earlier. And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? By all means, check it out. You can see just how hard Logic Puzzle Rainbow Town is, at least for me. Maybe you have a knack for it. This is a game of nonogram puzzles, so it's kind of like Picross.
Right.
And my brain does not work in the way that is necessary to do these puzzles.
Right.
But I guess Malenko's wife, he said, is really good at them, and he's pretty good at them too. So, and I know there were some people who were like excited about this. They're like, "Oh, dude, I love nonogram puzzles. This is awesome." And here you go. Saturn has one of these.
Yeah,
So,
I'm liking
you
this.
guys...
I'm liking this patch note at the end where it said, "I was just calling the X-ray puzzle Mr. Bones." So
yes,
I have to thank Malenko
I like
for
that
not.
Too.
I think he did a wall. Did he do a Walrus one called Stadler, or did he just keep it Walrus?
He did just for the Patreon version. For our
That's
Patreon
funny.
version, he made the Walrus puzzle named Stadler.
That's
so,
cool.
but his official one he didn't. So sadly, that's going to remain a SHIRO Patreon exclusive. I guess.
So if you want to play the Stadler puzzle, feel free to grab that
version.
Walrus, I am the Eggman. Cuckoo.
But yeah, I guess Malenko translated all these puzzles as names in a week back in August. And then he turns attention to translating a tutorial mode in the game that teaches players how to play it. And that was a little more difficult. He said the tutorial was a giant pain with space limits and having to sync up with what's on screen during the auto demo. And judging by the patch notes for the updates this week, even the seemingly mundane puzzle names gave him some issues since they were causing a lot of crashes. Malenko said, with 724 eggs, I was bound to break a few making this omelet. So, but he thinks he's got everything all fixed up, so this should be the final version. I also want to mention that this is not the first time that Malenko has worked on a game developed by Human Entertainment, which was the developer and publisher of Logic Puzzle Rainbow Town.
Six-Man Scramble.
Yeah, he did, because Human also did Fire Pro Wrestling 6-Man Scramble and Fire Pro Wrestling Gaiden Blazing Tornado.
Right.
And Malenko, of course, translated both of those in 2022. So you can download the translation patches for all of these from Sega Extreme in the resources area. So by all means, do that. Thank you to Malenko for translating yet another Saturn game.
Bringing the humanity to the Saturn, as per always.
Yes, he's the Saturn's biggest Human Entertainment fan, I think.
Exactly. They're really good games, though. I really love Blazing Tornado a lot.
He's arguably the most prolific patcher, too, in the community.
Yes.
He just patches.
It is
the
his...
hell out of games.
It's what he does.
It's
what Malenko does.
I'm excited to see his next projects. I know he's almost done with the Saturn Bomberman one, which I'm excited for.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be great when that hits.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I love Bomberman Fight. It's really underrated, I think. I wouldn't call it a hidden gem. People know about it, but it's underrated.
I don't know.
Well, you don't want to do a video, Dave, where it's like,
you know about it.
Hidden gem video with a thumbnail.
Like check out the hidden gems. No, but seriously, Bomberman Fight is great, folks. I'm looking forward to that one for sure when it's complete. Yeah.
No, I'm excited.
Well, that's kind of our news. I didn't get a chance to write a story, but I'll mention real quick on the show here that Hot Rod's continued recreation of X-Men Arcade on the Saturn got another update this week. I think it's his fourth. Yeah, I think it's his fourth version he's put out this year. He has a YouTube channel, I think Hot Rod X. If you go there, you can put up a new video, and he's got a link to download the latest version in the description of that video.
He should definitely put that in the competition. Definitely.
Yeah, he should.
I hope he does. Because I know there's some folks
It's gonna be some
Yeah.
stiff ass competition.
I know, right? It's
Mhm.
I mean, but you gotta, right? Every year you want to make it bigger and better. So I'll tell Emerald. I mean, I'm sure Emerald's gonna hit him up, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he
Like,
added another new character that's playable and some more enemies, and I think another level.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'll try to
That's great.
get an article up on the site for that. So
Yeah,
Cool.
I kind of want to put up the video that we did onto the Black Friday stream of a Frog Bowls game that's coming out for the competition. I'm just worried
Oh,
because
yeah.
that video is pretty. There's a lot of jokes about doing this motion with the controller, the joystick.
well, it
especially
just
when
means
it's
the
off
video
table.
won't be made kids mode.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be adult.
There's a lot
You'll
of
be assured.
joking for inappropriate behavior on that one.
Mm.
And I think at one point someone brought up a celebrity that's getting in prison right now for something about baby oil. So that got
my
that got
God.
brought up. So
You could maybe blank that part out. I don't know.
I'll
Yeah.
probably
Just
figure
mute
that
that
out.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah, censor
but
it
that
a
was a
little.
fun one. That was fun. We showed off the Shenmue quiz, which also is pretty fun. That one also was a blast. So I'll try to make videos of that one. Dude,
Yeah.
Nice.
shut up, Country Wizards.
Want me to read our $10 and up patron supporters?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank Patreon.
Yeah,
support.
so shouts to A Murder of Crows, Cerulean, Chris Piper, Pipe Dreams Games, Daniel Fredrickson, Derek Pasquarella, A-Team, Emerald Nova, Evo42, Fat Drunk Friend Otaku, Gem Clash or Rank, Johannes Fetz, Mr. Joe Engine himself, Lion Wing Publishing, Memphis, Normal Guy, Nutrageous, Paul Bort. We got Robert Ramsey, Rowan Dinkt, Sega Steve, Stone Man, the Sega Guys, Wafflekins. Wafflekins is back. Shouts Wafflekins.
Shouts
and
out.
we got Young Money Swee.
Thank you, everybody.
All you guys support us at the $10 and up level, and we really, really appreciate your support. And it makes Shiro keep making us keeping on.
Yeah,
Keep
let's
on
just
keeping
keep making all this Saturn content and bringing Saturn to the masses, and
I
preaching
don't
the
have
good word
words
about
today. I
Saturn.
keep wanting to speak in Japanese. No, but seriously, thank you guys to everybody who supports us at any level. We really appreciate you.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Yeah, yeah.
I learned that from
Exactly,
Yu Hakusho.
exactly. Arigato. But
Arigato
seriously, and
gozaimasu.
if you can't support us financially, like we always say, please join our community and just participate in conversation, participate in the online tournaments. You don't necessarily have to support us with your money. That's always great, but it's just nice for folks to join the community because that's what kind of makes Shiro great. It's a good community.
That's what it's all about, is really bringing
what it's all
people
about.
together about the Saturn and teaching everybody about how awesome the Saturn was. And we just finished the community challenge for November for Kingdom Grand Prix. Seemed like people had a lot of fun with that. I believe Cecil Harvey is working on a story, so I guess we should hopefully have that next week, and we can talk about the winners and how it all went. And
Nice.
I believe we have an idea of what
Time to go shave.
the community challenge game for January is going to be. It's not announced yet, obviously, but it is going to be seasonally appropriate. I can say that.
Oh, well, okay, good.
Space Hulk?
Yes.
It's funny. I don't even know what it is. I haven't been paying attention to the council.
I'm not
chat.
even in the council. They're like, Patrick, you're not cool enough to enter the council of
You're not cool enough.
of Shiro.
So, yeah, I don't even know. I haven't been paying attention, so I don't know what it is. But any news about Cube Cat? If there is any news, Seven Shades has been keeping really quiet, but I know that he's been working. As of PRGE, which was back in late September, October, I can't remember. Late September. He had been working on it. He showed off kind of like whatever his latest demo was at PRGE. But I know, he's still working on it. So I'm sure he'll have something. He's just very quiet. He doesn't usually talk about it. That's how we found out about it originally, it was just like came out of nowhere. He's like, here's my thing. It was like this complete game,
Oh, and Haas Machine is working on something new too, which
I'm
he did
excited.
Pixel Poppy Pong, but I think he's working on something new. He was the one who was doing all that testing with the the kind of fake 3D texturing,
Right.
which was pretty
Really
cool.
cool
So
stuff.
I'm not
Bump
sure.
mapping, or-
He doesn't, yeah, bump mapping type stuff. Like it seemed like he wasn't sure he was going to have it done by the end of this year, like maybe after the competition. But whenever he gets done with it, it's I'm sure it's going to be good. So
Yeah, he and his kids were at PRGE too. We got to hang out with him a bit, so
that's cool.
Really excited to see what folks put up for the competition. But yeah, I feel like a lot of folks are just kind of working quietly, and are because they don't want to show their hand. You know, that's the thing, is it's almost like it's become so. In the beginning, it was just like, oh, a couple people put out some homebrews, you know, and then as it gets more competitive, I feel like some people are just like keeping really quiet until like the 11th hour, and then it's like boom.
They want the surprise.
They want
factor,
the, you know. Well,
There is
the
one
surprise is worth something, right? The surprise kind of is. I would say that having a huge surprise and being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe somebody did this,"
Bigger, yeah.
kind of psychologically weighs on the judges' voting. I think a little bit.
Maybe
you know? It's if we've known about it forever and stuff like that, then it's kind of like we're maybe a little desensitized to it. But if it like Cold Case was just dropped on us and it was just like, what the?
And it blew our minds.
You know, this came out of nowhere.
There is one fan translation that we know that's super close. We can't talk about it, but there's one that might be. I'm hoping it enters the competition, but it's like this close, like that close to being released. So hopefully they hit the competition mark and we can talk about it. But
definitely,
but no rushing.
Well, we'll see.
I'm excited to see when it comes out.
Yep. But until next time.
Thank you guys for watching, and remember,
thank you and listening.
Saturn Dave,
and Danthrax,
and Trey-Noko or Patrick,
reminding you,
you must play
Sega Saturn.
You must
do it or die.
Bye.